It's national meets regional. Welcome to Sidewalks Entertainment, the long-running celebrity, music, and art series. Join us now for an exciting new path to celebrity interviews, music, rising talents, much, much more.
He has a great sense of humor, he sings, he acts. I'd like to welcome Charles Esten. Hi Charles, how are you?
Good morning.
Wow, so you're like incredibly talented.
Well, that's as nice a way to start an interview as I've ever heard. Thank you very much.
Well, no, I mean, I love your work. I mean, you're a singer, you're a comedian, you're an actor. I mean, which came first?
Wow, I think comedian probably came first in a couple ways. Number one, when I was a kid, my dad asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, a clown. And he said, well, why a clown? I think he had higher hopes. And I said, I want to make people laugh. And that was always an earlier thing. I was a class clown, a cut up, trying to make people laugh. Eventually, I started playing music, and I realized that made him do something different. And I remember very clearly watching Rocky when I was a kid and just realizing what acting could do too. So I think from making him laugh, it turned to making him feel something. And you get to do that with music, and you get to do that with acting, and you get to do that with comedy. So I think that's the common denominator and the thing that I love the most. And I've been able to do that with this great character and this great writing, this guy, Deacon Claybourne. Oh.
Hi. Hi.
We keep bumping into people here.
It's been forever. Yes, totally. Hi. Nice to see you.
I didn't expect it to be so long since we saw each other.
Yeah, well, you know, time flies when you're raising kids, right?
It does, right? Yeah.
Well, speaking of kids, I gotta go pick up mine from soccer practice, so...
Oh, wow. Tell them good luck.
Well, it's practice, but...
Oh, yeah.
I will.
Okay, okay.
Nice seeing you.
All right.
All right. Bye, Scarlett. Bye. You've got to call her.
What are you talking about?
Don't hide your feelings.
This from a woman that's hiding behind an eggplant.
Zucchini.
Whatever.
That's completely different.
How's that different?
Because Gunnar and I ran our course, and y'all chickened out at the starting gate.
You chicken out.
Yeah.
And Deacon Claybourne from Nashville, of course, has been a very big part of your career and your life. Mm-hmm. You know, when you, let's take a trip down memory lane. What was it like when you were first casted? I mean, did you have to audition, or they already have you in mind for the role?
No, they did not. I had to win that role. I've been, as you said, I'd done a lot of roles in Los Angeles and Hollywood, and a lot of dramatic roles, and gradually the resume was getting a little bit better, and what that means is that people on the next show consider you a little bit more. But for years I had come very, very close on a lot of great shows, and had lost them at the finish line to a lot of great actors. I was hopeful that this one might be a little bit different because I knew I could play a little guitar, sing a little bit, so that would you would immediately drop some people out of that couldn't do that. They wouldn't be in the running for this. But it was still not easy, and it was a long time, and it took a lot of auditions, but believe me, it was worth every single second. And landing this job in Nashville, getting to shoot that pilot, this role was so special to me. I can remember when I was auditioning it that I thought, you know what, you don't know if you will ever get to play Deacon Claybourne again, but today, during this audition, during these couple scenes, you get to. So just bring it all. And I brought it all and loved every second. When I got to do the pilot, I thought to myself, we don't know if this will get picked up. It seems pretty magical to me. It seems pretty special. But do it all. Give it all. And even once that got picked up, we'd never been one of those shows that was certain they were coming back. So along the way, that's been sort of my mantra inside, was to try to leave it all on the table and just do my very best. And now that we're approaching the finish line, that doesn't change. I want to be able to look back on this thing and know I did all I could. And I'm so proud of my castmates and what this crew has left. And it will be there for a while. And that doesn't even count the music, which is going to be with us on a daily basis. So, yeah, it's been very, very special.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, since we are touching on the beginning of your career, some people might not know, of course I would know this, and I remember you actually starred in Star Trek The Next Generation and Star Trek Voyager, and they were both really great episodes and really great roles.
Thank you.
How did you get cast? How did you end up getting casted for both series?
Those were both very important to me as an actor because I was doing the comedy thing and sitcom roles. My first job was on Cheers. And so I was in that world. It was something to me, my training that I was doing there in town, you train with serious dramatic roles and you got to go emotionally to a difficult place. Both of those roles, which you said, they were great ones. I got to do that in those roles. One of them I played a Klingon who had a deep emotional moment, another one from another planet, and but both of them with very, I don't want to say human emotions, but yeah, they ran the gamut of that. So as a young actor, getting to sit there and do these the iconic roles of, these iconic shows and be a part of them meant everything to me. I think they were fine with, especially once you were, the reason I was able to do two is when I was a Klingon, I was unrecognizable. It was 6 hours of makeup for 6 minutes of a role, but the other one is a little bit longer, and yeah, I look back on both of those with a whole lot of gratitude.
And after that, you've led a very long resume of great shows and films that you've been in, and you have quite the fan following. What's your most memorable fan encounter?
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? I will say one thing, that I have a lot of them, and some of them are silly and funny. This one was really meaningful to me because I've been on Whose Line Is It Anyway for years. I've done that for a long time. And I have to admit, talking about that drama comedy thing, that sometimes drama seems more important, more meaningful, the things you can do. I learned a lesson when I met a fan who said that her mother had recently passed and had been in a hospital bed in their home for almost a year prior to that. And she said the only real moments of pure laughter and joy that they had that year were when they would have Whose Line Is It Anyway on. And I was instantly convicted of ever not really holding it in the proper light, and I never looked down on comedy again for a second. And no matter how silly or goofy, life is hard, people go through tough stuff. To think for a second that you could lighten that load for a moment, they could forget where they are and just play and laugh together, that's huge.
Well, wonderful, wonderful work. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us this morning.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
You have a good one.
You too.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit sidewalkstv.com.